How's it going? Did a couple of clips on the chooks and the front garden the other day. I thought I'd do one for the back garden. Thought we'd start around here with our pineapples. Our little pineapple plantation. Because we have some coming up to flower. There's one in there. And there's also another one down in here. So see if we can give you a better look. So these little fellas are coming up and hopefully we'll have some fruit from those guys before the end of summer. But these guys are going all really well actually. They're enjoying this side of the house. As you can see by my shadow, this is the north facing side of the house. This is one that fruited last year and I've been very lazy and I didn't take off the two pups. What happens is you end up with a pineapple that fruits, you eat the pineapple and then little pups come up the side. They call them pups, new plants, baby plants, and they form, more pineapples, and that's one way you can make them reproduce. Another is to chop the top off and replant that, and also from seeds in some pineapples. So these guys here are doing rather well. They appear to have not suffered that much from being left on the mother plant. So it'll be interesting. My father says that he has had fruit the next year from pups left on the mother plant, but they didn't grow as large. So we'll just see what happens with those guys. J&J Ake has actually posted a clip on his pineapples and how he's planted them out, so check that out. It's just up in there. Down here we have our sweet potatoes. These guys have just been grown for slips. This is our Okinawan or purple flesh. This is our heirloom variety that we grew in this pot last year. We're just growing them for slips. And this is our white fleshed sweet potato, so they're coming on alright. There's my poor little Thai basil that I've cooked in the sun. And down the bottom here we just have the turmeric mothers planted out. Down here, this is just a runner from the Okinawan sweet potato. It's got a rather nice flower on it actually. I harvested the barrel the other day that had this plant in it. Not a great harvest, actually rather poor. But as you can see, we've got so much vine. I mean, I can start up slips anywhere. And I have a feeling we're going to have a few tubers in the ground under the stairs there to harvest. The chili plant, it was actually looking rather malnourished, as you can see from the yellowing leaves. I had basically not taken care of this thing at all. It was supposed to be ripped out. I've given it a feed, some compost tea or worm casting tea the other day, and it's bounced back nicely. And as you can see, for a winter, crop, that's not bad for some bell chilies or Bishop's Crown chilies. So by the way, it's winter and we've had a couple of mid to high 20 degrees centigrade days here, so not travelling too bad for winter. Excuse me, I've got a documentary team here filming me today. So down here the garlic is going really well. This stuff, the bits that were vernalised or chilled in the fridge, they have done exceptionally well. I'm so happy with the way they've gone. The other ones on the other side are still looking scrawny and scraggly, so but I think we'll get at least a half a dozen nice heads of garlic just from this bed here.
We also have Cape gooseberries in there.
Yeah, there's Cape gooseberries just shooting up everywhere in there as well. They've turned into a bit of a weed here. Got a couple of jobs on the hop at the moment. Sorting out some some mulch from the chicken yard, making some wicking beds and a chook feeder. And the girls are drying out some lemon and lime skins to see if they can make fire starters out of them. So over here we have some yakon that has started to send up little shoots there, and another one over there. Warrigal greens was getting cooked around the other side of the house. Some ginger, lemongrass, and some more yakon that are starting to send up shoots as well here. So very happy with the way that's going. My seedling trays, I have some yellow, these guys are the yellow pears I saved some seeds from, and we have black Russians and they're KY1s and they're black Russians, they've germinated. I got some eggplants in these other trays and they hopefully will kick on soon. One of them needs to go into that barrel there that had the nematodes in, bit of an experiment. And this tray here is supposed to be Tigerella tomatoes, but guess what? I never sowed them out. I found the seed packet, I never brought it downstairs, so this punnet has just been sitting in here soaking, and yeah, I need to pop some Tigerella seeds in that today. This is for Andrew, Veggie patch in Perth. There you go, mate. There's the size of our daikon. So it's sticking out the ground a good 30 centimetres, okay, conservatively 20 centimetres, or what's 20 centimetres, Kira? I'd say it'd be around 8 inches, about 8 inches, so yeah, grown some nice big ones down in there. in this barrel here we have some more yacon, and guess what? Some more Cape gooseberries coming up everywhere.
And a tomato.
And a tomato, very good. She's very good with her plants, this one. And we have a yacon, a couple of shoots on the yacon. There's another one over here. So this warmer temperature's just kicked everything off early. We pilfered the comfrey the other day to make some more comfrey tea and compost tea, so it's starting to shoot back. Down here we have a couple of nice cauliflowers forming up, so hopefully we'll get the last cauliflower. Another nice big kohlrabi down the back here. Let's see if we can get a better shot, hey? There we go, nice kohlrabi. Over here the collies, there's a couple of collies that we let go to seed in this bed, and we've got some very, very nice seed pods. So very impressed with them. Sorry about the flaring on the video today, but we're just doing it a bit early in the morning. We've got some jobbies to do today. But anyway, this cauliflower is going to give us thousands of seeds. I'm most impressed with this one. There's a fair few heads on the other two, two plants that are in there as well. So we should have loads of seeds. Sugar snap peas over here, honey pods are doing rather well. Unfortunately, we had a fairly windy day the other day, and half of the vines were knocked down, and I think some of them are dying. We've actually got some rather nice pods forming on there though, which is a bit of a shame. We were also getting a bit of a mildew infection on there, so I went around and fungicides the whole garden the other day. But I can see we have some fresh outbreak occurring, so I'm going to have to get into that. But yeah, it's got some rather nice looking pods on there at the moment, so some of these will come off for Bianca's birthday dinner tonight. The sorrel's just pumping along. We've been harvesting this stuff so much. May is not a big fan of it, but the rest of us like it. Don't we, Koo? No. Okay. The blueberry tree. So, just wondering, Kay, is yours flowering like this at the moment, Kay? So, we've got a few flowers on. I don't know, we have a bit of a competition with Kay. Apparently she grows bigger and better at blueberries than us, but this year I think we're going to have a nice little crop. So there you go. The poor Brussels sprout is looking a bit wilty and the sprouts aren't forming, so I just don't think it's a great place to grow Brussels sprouts up here. No big loss as far as I'm concerned. The strawberries, look at that. These are the ones that I treated for the mildew. A bit hard to see in the glare. I've just seen one here that we have a mildew issue with. Started to get a bit of a rot. That's the grey mould. But the rest are looking alright. Oh no, we've got another one down here.
This one's fine.
That one's fine. How about that one in there?
This one has coffee on it.
That one has coffee on it. We've started to put some coffee in here again. We bought a coffee machine, so we've got some grains to put in here, coffee grounds, and that'll just lower the pH a little bit. Berries like a slightly more acidic one. But yeah, I can see 3 strawberries out of all them that I'm going to have to pull. And really, if we were going to make a strawberry jam or something, you could probably cut around some of that. So, and this one down here, the same. He's got, not quite ripe there, but he's starting to get a couple of spots on this side. So, while the majority of it's still edible, I'm pretty much all just going to give them to the chickens. I think you can go do that if you want, my dear. Over here, we have the first lot of sprouts coming on the late broccoli that were planted, so we're going to start harvesting these guys predominantly and pull out the other broccoli that are up there. This one here we've let go to flower because they'll be going into tonight's salad. Also, I mean, for one plant, the amount of heads, why would you want to pull these guys out? Seriously, they have just been so prolific with the amount of side shoots. I'm really impressed. It's going to be sad to pull these guys out, but I want to start getting this section of the bed ready for the rest of the crops, the spring crops. Seeing as summer started 4 months early, we might as well get a head start, I figure. But as you can see, it's just fantastic. The amount of food you can grow off these plants is quite staggering. Down here, my 3 rows of heritage or heirloom carrots. We have, oh, now I can't find him. I was so happy to see him this morning. Oh, there he is. We have a sprout. We have one little seed. So these, actually, we have another one. Kira spotted another one down here somewhere. We have the mixed heirloom coloured carrots in there. And over here, much better germination rate, we have some short caruda. So these guys here, they're pretty much all coming up all along there. They're fresh seed. These guys here expired in 2011, so we're just carrying on with these guys to see how many we can get out of it. Our little Lettuce, this is all self-sown lettuce, a coral variety we've been growing for the past few years. It's doing fantastic. I've just noticed we've got a few mites on our little market chili I cut back there, but yeah, he's bounced back nicely. He's got a nice big base on him. He's about over an inch across, so I think this plant's going to do really well for us again this year. Over here we have, just quickly, some volunteer snake beans. Now I don't know if they're black or brown seeded, but they're going to come up the trellis once more. This bed's been biochard as well. It was the first bed to get done, and as you can see we have had some butterfly intrusion, but they haven't done too much damage. And these collies are just starting to head up, so this is our third round of collies this year. Most impressed with the way we've been able to turn the brassicas around. And up here we have some nice heads forming. That one there is probably about 4 inches, a bit bigger than, probably about 5 inches, about 12.5 centimetres across. And this one over here is slightly larger. They've got, look like little green buds, like they're going to bolt to seed early, so I'll try and keep an eye on these guys and we'll catch them if we can. So I'm just really stoked. I mean, these guys look so happy and so healthy in here. So there you go, I think I've rabbited on enough. There's a bit of a wander around the back veggie patch. There's a little bit more going on, but I'm trying to keep these under 20 minutes. This one's already gone a little bit too long, and I'll try and cut him down to 10. I've done the chicken update, I've done a front garden update, I've done this one, and there'll be one for the aquaponics in a couple of days. If you do have any comments, questions, suggestions, just pop them in the comments section below and I'll get back to you. Other than that, I hope you all have a great one and take it easy. Catch ya!